Hi there, this is Neil Bolger at A2 Efficiency, and in this video we're going to go over how to change the design day files in an EnergyPlus model. This is an introduction video for anyone who's not super familiar with EnergyPlus and perhaps trying to run a model in a different location than the one they initially were running it in. So we're briefly going to go over what is a design day, just to bring people up to speed, and then dive into where in EnergyPlus is the design day defined, and then how to replace it with new data. So a design day, I'm going to go over this website that is really useful. A design day is basically a statistical value for hot and cold for a given location, right? So here I have clicked on outside Chicago, Illinois. This is a design day page out of an ASHRAE handbook. And here we can see that the coldest day that you would use to size your heating system based on dry bulb temperature can be considered based on how many hours and what temperature uh, is it when it's 1% of the hours in a year, it's at least 6 degrees or colder. When it's 0.4% of the hours in a year, it's 1 degree or colder. You can also look at extremes on this little page. Down here, you can see every 5 years, it gets down to negative 10 degrees. So there's other ways, and you could spend all day on design days. But basically, we're talking about how do we, update our Energy Plus model if we have a new design day file to use this information instead of, say, Los Angeles, if that's where the model was originally configured for. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use this example model that, in fact, was configured for Los Angeles, and we're going to move it to Chicago. So to do this, I'm going to open EP Launch. First, I'm going to browse to the model because I moved the directory here. And then I'm going to edit this model in the IDF editor because the design day is actually embedded in the model. So here is a list of all my objects in the model. I'm going to collapse the list to just show me the objects being used right now. And right now I'm going to jump down here to sizing period design day. And right now I have two design days set up. I have a 0.4% for cooling in Los Angeles and then a 99.6% heating. And basically I want to replace these two things with Chicago. So before deleting them, what I did is I went and downloaded some weather data. I downloaded an EPW file, and it came with what's called a DDY, a design day file. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and open that file here in the IDF editor, which can edit both IDFs and weather files. It's on my desktop, or a design day file. So if I change the file type to DDY, it will show me, I'll collapse the list of objects, what's in a design day. So it actually comes with a location, 18 design days, because I could pick different configurations. I could pick the 99% condition for heating or the 99.6. And then it also comes with this daylight savings. What days are daylight savings applied to? And so we actually need all of these, or at least some of the design days, in order to move the file. So I'm really going to start with the location. And the reason I like to use the IDF editor here is because you can copy the whole object, and then you can come over here to our file and you can paste it. And when you paste it, it'll bring you to that object, and you'll now see, oh, we have two location objects. So I'm going to delete my Los Angeles one. And then we're back here in Chicago. I hit Control Tab to come back to this file. I'm going to copy over the Chicago heating design day here and paste it. Then I'm going to go find the 0.4% dry bulb cooling that I would like. This is the annual 0.4% condition for dry bulb. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to delete Los Angeles. I'm then going to go check the daylight savings time object, which I actually could just cut. So I think it's way down here. I'm just going to copy it first here, because then by pasting it, it will take me to where it lives. Oh, okay, so there was no object. So that's good. I pasted that in just so it has it. And then I'm going to save as with a new name. And for this, I'm going to name it with a new location, 5A, for the ASHRAE climate zone numbering. Okay, and that is it. So now, if I close it and I go back to EP launch, it hasn't updated my directory, right? I had been editing that one. So I now need to browse back to where I now saved the new file. And then I need to find the weather file that is Chicago. And here it is in the same EPW. And just as a quick note, like I can hit run. Let's say I only did the design days and I didn't do the location, latitude, longitude. It actually would move the model. It'll look at the weather file and say, your weather file is at a different latitude and longitude. I'm going to go ahead and move your building's location to that location so the solar angles are correct. So even if I had forgot to do the location and left it in LA, it would have just given me a warning and told me that it moved the model. So essentially, that's it, right? So we've gone over how to find the model. You could have done this in a text editor. Those objects are easily removed and modified in a text editor instead of IDF editor. But overall, I kind of like to do it here. It's a little more robust to really see what you're doing and be able to change out that component. All right, cheers.